I'm just going ahead and recording the session, okay, so that I can share it with you guys if you have any problem. I mean, if you want to have it later. So what are the things that we covered the last class? I'll spend 5 minutes in total on that. Can we begin? We spoke about objects, okay, and then we spoke about methods, the methods of objects. Then we spoke about properties, and what else did we speak about? We spoke about object, methods, properties. Okay. These are the things that we spoke about. The other thing that we discussed was how to open our VBA doing an Alt F11 thing. We spoke about how to get help. We spoke about how to debug the program. Also, did a very important piece of information that I shared with you was this picture. Okay, this picture describes for itself how does a property look like, how does a method look like, how does a module look like, how does a class look like, how does a event look like. Okay, so this is a very, very, very important picture that you would be required to reference to times and again. After that, we discussed about the data type that we had, and the data type that we had, I think I must have given you a picture of it. Yes. Okay. So these are the type of data type we have. After that, we moved to arithmetic operators. Okay, we discussed various arithmetic operators. We spoke about VB strings and the operators of the string. Operators of the string. Okay, and so we did some very small programs on that. Okay. Then we spoke about message box, input box, and message box, and we kind of did a small program on that. You guys should be able to access this document through the link that I shared the other day for accessing this document. Okay, if you want, I can go ahead and share this document. Somebody's saying something. Okay. So the rules of the training is one, and that is, if you have a question, ask it. I was not feeling well, a little stressed out because of the long development kind of meeting that we had since morning. Okay, so I was not able to make it to the office, so I thought of taking this training right from my place, my residence. Okay. So that's the reason I'm not seeing the office ambience over here. Okay. Now let's catch it up from there itself. One more thing, I as I do before I plunge into the training and we get ourselves trained for the entire session. Okay. I'd like to share with you something really interesting. Uh, this is the tech talk for the month of November and December. I should go through, I guess. Okay, so those of you who want to join me in Tech Talk, if the Tech Talk happens every Tuesday, the next Tuesday, that is tomorrow, so we would be talking on DevOps. Okay. So I have actually sent an invite, sent the write up to Suresh. Suresh was supposed to send an invite to all of you. So there it is. So the next tech talk would be before DevOps. So I am right now into the IDE of VBA, and I'm going to insert a module. Okay. I am saying sub ABC, and these are small braces, they're called parentheses. Okay, and I'm saying message box, MSG box, Ali, comma. This is the type of button that we get. So I am saying exclamation mark. Now I'm going a little bit ahead into the message box thing. Okay, and I am saying this is test title, and I don't have a help file. It would require me to have an variable over here. Why did it require me to have an integer? It is because it's passing multiple parameters. Let me just run this. To go to sheet, okay, I click on this and I go to insert. I'm just trying to recall what are the things that we did, and I'm going to go to insert. I'm going to ActiveX, drawing up a button over here. Do a double click on this button, okay, and I want to call up this ABC, okay. Somehow I chose to do a module, and it ended up as making me a class. Okay. I'm not discussing class for now. I'm clicking on module. I'll save this. Okay. To invoke a function, okay, to invoke a function, I am going into the command button, doing ABC. Ready. Now, if you see, I have said exclamation mark, so I get an exclamation mark over here. Okay. I'm not going to waste too much of time on this. Okay. So, however, I have to show you one important thing on this. Except for that A has got a value. Okay. So if I say message box A, A has got a value. Okay. Now, if I change this exclamation mark as it has got a different value. It got a different value. What does that mean? This gives us a foothold. Do you know what a foothold is? When you do a climbing, okay, you get handholds and footholds while you climb. Okay, so there are small pebbles in the wall that you use to climb. So this gives us a kind of a foothold to try something which is called conditional statement. What is a conditional statement? Conditional statements are the conditions. Uh, if you analyze programming, okay, so the two fundamental things why computer is so much used, why programming is so much used, okay, because it can use an if statement and it can use a loop statement. Okay. And today we would be focusing on the fundamentals of the programming. This is the second class in the installment, and this is the last class for all the fundamentals that we will be discussing, and then we will be shooting ahead and doing more challenging stuff. Okay. However, that would be still the fundamentals, but a notch higher than fundamentals. So I'll kind of promote, okay, this thing. Anyways, right now my goal is to understand if statement. So what to understand if statement? Okay, what is the most important thing? To understand if statement, the most important thing would be to compare, because if you do not compare, okay, you cannot decide. uh, I have a baby over here with me, okay, and she is able to learn things very fast, but to, since she's so small, she's not able to compare. Okay, she doesn't know what is big and small. Okay, so 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 the logic is not developed until now. So to develop the logic, we require something which is called conditional operators. Okay, we want to say what is small, what is big, what is equal to. Okay, so to make a decision, these type of operators are very required. Okay, so there would be two type of operators that rather there would be three type of operators, but we will be studying two type of operators. Is because the third type of operator are called bit operators, which we would hardly use in our VBA. So I have not included them at all in VBA right now. Okay, somebody is saying something. Let me see. Okay. Close the door. Sorry about this. So what I'm saying over here is that to develop the logic, you would require your comparison operator and logical operator. So what are the logical operators that you can think of? Okay, the logical operator that you can think of is and or. What is the meaning of and or? Everybody in his schools must have studied. The and means this and this, means I want both this and this. Okay, if I say and, I want something. I want a computer and a desk. I need a laptop as well as a desktop. I want an and. Okay, so I want a yes with the laptop as well as yes with the desktop, and then I would say, okay, I'm happy. If I say or, it would mean I would rather have one of it. Not rather. I can go along with one of it. Okay. It could be either desktop or laptop, or it could be both. I'm happy with it. Okay. So for me to be happy, I can have or, in which the desktop is also okay for me and the laptop is also okay for me. So these are the two conditional operators we are going to do a microscopic first. So these are the conditional operators or the logical operators. Then there is something which is called comparison operators. Comparison operators are what are the comparison operators do you think can be somebody is bigger than somebody, okay, or something is bigger than something, okay, or greater than something, and then something is less than something, the other, okay, something is equal to something, okay, something is greater than equal to something, okay, less than equal to something, okay, so the and something is not equal to something, okay, so how do I understand that? How do I remember that something is greater than something? Okay, this was a question that I asked when I was in school. Okay, it was difficult for me. I used to get confused. So you see if I show you that this is a comparison operator, okay, and the side which has got a bigger kind of mouth or bigger face, okay, is bigger. The side which has got a smaller face is smaller. So this statement is saying x is less than z. Okay, this statement is saying x is greater than z. Okay, this statement is saying there are multiple ways of writing this, but so in VB we write it like this. Okay, so we have the operator. Please mute.
పొద్దున్నే నాన్న వచ్చి బిడ్డని వేసుకోమని చెప్పిన
లేదంటే కురుతాయి
Ajay?
Hello, hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. I am going to mute everybody because there was some kind of a disturbance that was coming along from some of my audience. Okay. So, uh, anyways, so going ahead, uh, we have comparison operator. So to get a logic, okay, to get an if statement working, we require. I have to mute everybody. I hate to do it, but uh, so we have a. Can you guys hear me first? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. So there's something which is called greater than. There's something which is called smaller. Okay. There's something which is called not equal to. Okay. Something that is equal, that is the opposite of that is equal to. Okay. And something that is less than equal to, which means that when you say is less than, you get you are saying that x is less than 5, means x would always be 5, less than 5, that means it is always going to be 4. But if you want to say x is less than equal to 5, which means it's okay to have 5. Okay, it's okay to have 5. So the same goes with greater than as well. Now let's come to the programming part of it. Okay. So I have a worksheet over here, and I want to write something. Okay, if I am at the sheet 2, I want to write something to the sheet 2. Let's start from the beginning. Sheet. I want to write to the sheet 2. Okay. So sheet 2. What is the object? Okay, of sheet 2 that I want to write to? I want to write to the cell. Okay. What is the cell that I want to write to? So I want to write to the cell number 1, A1. 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 And what do I want to write it to? I want to write 21 to this. Okay. If I execute it, I get an error. So what is the error that I'm encountering? I'm encountering an error which says the assignment is not happening. Okay. So let me just break the nut and bolt of this error. That error was also important for us. Okay. So here we get 21. I'm calling this 21 on the interrupt of ABC. On the interrupt of deleting this 21, I'm getting 21. Let's see. Why was I getting this error? Okay. Why was I getting this error? I was getting this error because I was trying to assign the value to a cell. Okay. And what are the ways that I can assign the value to a cell? I thought of taking that particular thing a little later, but I see there is a sense that we take it right now while we are doing an if statement. Okay. I can assign the value to a cell like this. I have the first method that I have assigned the value to the cell is this comes as row number, okay, and this comes as column number. So I'm doing a cross section and I'm getting one by one. The other way to do it is 1, comma, and the column index. Oh. B. And I'm saying this is 25. Okay. Let's run this. This is comma 25. This is the second way. Then there is a third way to do it. So these are the three ways of assigning the values to a cell. I'm putting them in the notes right now. Where should I put it to? Branching statement factor assignment type. There is a assignment. Okay, I'll put it in the right place. I'm just placing this code over here right now. Okay. Now, how do I read? Okay, how do I read from a? How do I read? That's the question. How do I read from Excel? So these are the values that have already gone into Excel. If I want to read something from Excel, and if I want to read something from Excel, okay, which is from particular the cell, how do I go about reading it? So there are two important things that we are looking. One is writing, and the other one is reading. So I am saying then A, B, C. And I'm saying A, B, and C. I'm getting a message box for this. A, B, so what we are going to witness right now is the most important thing for which the programmings are made. Okay, we are going to learn right now. We are going to learn loops and if statements. So we are reading it from Excel. This part is very important because reading and writing from Excel. You're writing something into this particular sheet, okay, and you are able to get it into your variable. This is a very fundamental cornerstone of learning, or operation. Now, I want to say, if A is greater than if A is greater than 20, then, and we close this if with an end if, then do something. What do you want me to do? I want to add. Okay, if A is greater than 20, then I want to add B plus C. We are learning arithmetic operator at the same time, and we want to put it into a D. If we don't have a D, we are going to define a D. We're going to define a D. Now let's do. And we want to display it in a different cell, which is sheet 2 dot range B1. So since A was greater than 20, as a matter of fact it was 21, we are able to add this and get a value for this. While we are doing this, I want to show you something, which is if I do not if I do not do an assignment of the variable, what's going to happen? It still worked. Okay, still worked. But why do we want? Okay, if it still worked, okay, why do we take trouble of assigning the variables? We take the trouble of assigning the variable because if we do not do this, over the period of time, we would have messed up our code, because we do not know what is the name that we have given to a variable, and there is no parameter to check whether we are doing it correctly or not. To make sure that we are doing it correctly, we use something which is called option option explicit. Okay. Now, if I use option explicit, okay, and I take the values out from here, okay, I would encounter an error. This is option explicit, the magic of option explicit. I'm putting the values, I'm putting the assignment back on it, and I should be able to run it without a problem. Okay. I'm able to do it without a problem. So we are having option explicit. Why do we have an option explicit? It is like assigning a teacher to yourself to make sure that you follow the proper discipline. If you take up the option explicit, you can do all chaotic things as for the assignment you want to, and there would not be any way that would actually keep a check on your code for in terms of assigning the variables are not. There's a if statement. So if statement will always follow with end if. But there is something with the if statement, okay, which is else statement. So if a condition is met, we are doing something. Okay. If the condition is not met, we would do something else. For example, I would say I would like to deduct. I would like to do a deduction. I like to do a deduction if my condition is not met. So right now my condition is that I'm getting the answer, so 125. Okay. If I say it is 19. Okay, so it is 100, but I wonder how it's 100. Okay. Once again, it should come at 75. Let me rerun it. It's 19. If the value is less than, why is it coming as 100? C minus D. Okay, it's not C minus D, it's C minus B. Okay. Now it will come as the right answer. Yes, somebody is saying something? Yes. Thank you for that correction. Okay, so we have an answer as 75. Okay. So now, for example, okay, I want to have more conditions under if. Okay, which is like I want to have a nested if. We call it a nested if. I mean, the name sounds funny. It's like nesting or something. But there is something which is called nested if. Nested means something that resides in a in an if in a block, and then it has a block inside it, like box in box. We have heard the story of box in box. Okay, Chinese boxes, big box, small box, and then small box. So I like to show you a demo of this. So here we have I'll say if the value is greater than 20, if the value is greater than 20, then do this. And if b is smaller than 30, then now I can say that this block is a separate block. Okay, first my program would go to check whether A is greater than 20. If it is greater than 20, then it would check if B is smaller than 30. If it is smaller than 30, then it will execute this activity. Let's do it. Let me make it 21 again. So it has done the addition. Fine on this. I think there should not be, if there is a question, please fire on me. Any question, because I think I have done the if statement with you guys. I should move to the next statement. So we have done the comparison operator. We have done the comparison operator. Now I'll do the logical operator very quickly with you guys. Now this statement in itself is saying something to me. What it is saying is that the two conditions are to meet in order for this particular thing to happen, which is to execute this code, okay, which is the heart of the logic right now. There are two conditions to meet this code. Kind of not execution of one of the condition would lead to non-execution of the code. Okay, so let me make it happen. I am saying it is 31. So what I'm doing is I am making sure that the first condition is met and the second condition does meet. And see, I don't get a result because it is not in keeping with the program that we have written. So this statement, okay, can be abridged into one line. And what can that line be like? To make a line inactive, to comment the line, we use this particular option. We have learned how to comment a line. How to comment line. Okay. I'll copy this code and put it. So this is how we comment a line. Okay, coming. Now, I have commented the line and I want this statement to work. I'll say and B is smaller than 30. What this is doing is it is ensuring that I get a computer and a laptop. Okay. When you say to your manager, I want the computer and the laptop, that means the manager has no choice but to get you both. Okay. So in order to make sure this code runs fine, I have to make it 29. And you see the code works. Using an and. If I want to say I want to give an option to my manager, okay, and you see it's asking it should be less than 30, and I'm going to make it greater than 30. Okay, and you see it has worked again because you are giving option to your manager. Okay, which is you are saying an and. and then you're saying an or. Okay, making sense? Any question? Because in another 1 minute, I will be moving to another part of it. Any question? Fire it on me, please. Everybody understanding everything? Is it difficult? Hello? Hello, my audience. Are you guys able to hear me? Did I mute everybody or what? Or I mute everybody? Hello? Hello, any questions from the audience? Krishna, you have a question?
Yeah, we can hear you.
What is the question? Fire it on me fast. Okay. I think this was a simple stuff. What we are going to do, what we are going to see next would be a case statement. And anybody who has actually done programming in his or done a little bit of C, C++ or something, okay, must have been aware of this particular thing which is called case statement. Okay. So I'm going to make another sub. So my case, and I'll do a small case statement. I'll ask the user to input a value, and whatever, okay, the value he inputs, I'll show a message according to that. So how do I how do I ask the user to put in value? So I'll say dim I as integer I is equal to input box input value. Okay. Now to switch. In the interest of time, let me just copy this. And let me just quickly explain this code. I have input a value, okay, and this is called L number. Okay, let's see, L number and L number, and I would message box it. So here it is. Let me explain it in detail. We have a select case statement, which comes as a phrase. Select case is a phrase, okay, and with this we type in a number which is supposed to select from the case statements that we have. The detail of this case statement you can see over here. The code is taken from MSDN, so there should not be a problem on this. I am just giving you a small demo of this. So if the value is between 1 and 10, I'll have this value. If the value is between this and this, I'll have the value. If the value is between this and this, I'll have this value. Now, let me just quickly execute this. How do I execute this under my button? Okay, I just have to go to sheet 2 and pass the name of this procedure. Now, this procedure is trained for okay. So the error is nothing, but uh, but the programmer has forgotten to initialize the string. So if it is 10, it is north. If it is 20, it should be south. If it is east and west. We have seen the example over here. Now let's spend one more minute on understanding the case statement. There is one parameter which has been missed over here, okay. Which is else case. Case else. It is called case else. And nowhere. Now, if I execute this code, else case is without. What do you want to say? Hmm. Just a minute, my system is freezing for some very strange reason. Okay, I get it back. To debug our code, okay, you just have to do an Alt F8. Case select without select case. It did not want a space there. That's the only reason. Uh, case else. Just give me a minute. So see how good a programmer I am. exactly the code that I have executed. There's nothing wrong with the code, but it's not happy with the way I am doing it. I'll take this. Oh, there is, come on. Anybody could have seen this. Okay, there are two else cases that were happening. Okay, I got that. I'll show it to you. 30 to 40. If I say it is 30 to 40. Okay. So if it is 30 to 40, you are able to run it. Okay, now it should run happily. That's what happened when you cheat codes. Okay, so there was nothing, there was nowhere where you had a 70 over there. Okay, and I'm nowhere. Okay, so here we have understood the importance of else if. Sorry, case else, which means if none of the conditions are met, okay, this particular things get fired. Once again, not satisfied. I'm saying 20. You are in south. I'm saying you are in 40. You are in west. If I'm saying you are on 70, I am nowhere. This is how it is. Okay. What is the next thing that I have it in my kitty? Any question on this? Because after this, I would start with loop. Okay. So there are few loops, and the loop is when programming was invented. Okay, the second biggest advantage that the computer were providing after an if statement were looping. You were able to loop a thing very easily, which means you are able to do the repetitive task very easily with computers. Loop. Okay, loop. How do you symbolize loop? MS Paint. Come on, Paint, don't take so much time. So this is a loop. Okay, and you make a neck here, okay, and a body here. Okay, and he becomes a husband. Jokes. But the loop is something, okay, that symbolizes iteration, not attrition, but iteration. Okay, what does that mean? That means something that you do repetitively. Like if there is a music playing, let me have the music over here. If you have the music playing, you have nodes. And this whole thing, okay, where a node repeats itself, it is called one loop. Or you tie a loop in your shoe, which is a knot. Okay. Because you do the repetitive thing. How do you do it? You put it. You make two flowers, the two petals over there. Okay. So a lot of pictures come into our imagination when we speak about loop. In computer science, a loop means a very dry definition of loop is something that iterates itself, which means something that repeats itself, like I showed you. Okay, A frequency, you can take frequency as a loop. So the condition of loop is like, you know how many times this would happen. Okay, how many times this would happen? I'll say I have pre-calculated the value that it would happen until 5 times, or it will happen until 7 times. Okay, so this is one way. The second is I don't know how many times it would happen, but I know until which condition it would happen. Okay, like if I say run 500 meters, that's fine. I can run 500 meters, but I'll say run until I do not drop this handkerchief, or I do not drop this bottle. Okay, fine. So I can be running for 1 minute, or I can be running for half an hour, or 1 hour, or my entire life, and you choose not to drop this. You choose not to drop this water bottle. This would be a very distasteful thing, but anyways, I think I have made my point clear. So I have said there are two types of loops. One loop is a loop which knows until what time it would run. Then there is a loop which doesn't know how which one loop is one that knows how many times it would run, and one loop knows until what time it would run. Okay. Now what are those type of loops? Okay, which says is how many times you would run. Those type of loops are called for loops. Now, is this for loop ubiquitous? Yes, it is ubiquitous. It is universal. From universal, I would like to remember to teach something which is called modifiers, MODI. Okay, I'll have to teach this. Okay, but after loop. So there is a loop which would run from for is a loop, okay, which has got steps. Okay, so the correct full way of writing it is step 1. The other loop is called it is giving the example of for loop, okay, nested for loop. Okay, the other type of loop is called while loop, okay, a do while loop. Okay, it does not know, okay, how many times it would run, but it knows until what time it would run. Okay, so until the value is something. Now let's put this into action. Now while I'm doing this, okay, focus on one more thing that is happening. I am going to iterate into a row. Okay, so I'll get a value into the row. So look at this carefully. My loop case. Let me cheat the code, or do you want me to write it? I am bad writer to my loop. I'll cheat the code. Okay, in the interest of time. Let me cheat with this. Demi integer. Now, why are you so unhappy, my dear friend? It's unhappy because steps. It wants steps. What do you want? You have happy like that? What's wrong with you? It wants me to write it. I don't know why it is. It's the right code. Okay. But I'll write the same thing. For I is equal to 1, 2, 10. And I'll say next. And I'll write the value. I don't know why it was not happy with this. Okay. I wrote the same thing. But it is very finicky sometimes. So I'll say cells, and what I'll say is that what I'm doing is I'm iterating through a row, which means the column is the same. The row is changing continuously. So I'll put 1 over here, and I'll say I. And how do I call this into my into a button? Okay, I guess right now you must be savvy with this. Okay. You got it. You knew that you are to run. You knew you are to run from 1 to 10. So that was so happy situation. Now examine one simple thing over here. Okay, if you want this loop, okay, let me just make it more interesting. I will say 1 to 100 and the steps 2. Is this a steps or is this step? It's like step. Okay. So what is going to happen is that it is, let's see what happens. Let's see. Alternatives. In the alternative column, it is giving us the value. Okay, and that too the odd numbers. Okay, people who in Delhi, they know the merit of odd and even. So now we have a loop, okay, which knows is we have to run from 1 to 100 and step 2, which means alternatively. Okay, missing one step. Okay, so that step. The thing to watch over here is that the value of I is getting increased automatically in the for loop. Note it. The value of I is getting increased or is incremented, okay, automatically in the for loop. Now, besides this, I have a while loop. Do what? And I would have a dim j as integer, and as long as j is smaller than 20, okay, this is end or when the I think it's when the WEND event. runs, then it's fine. Otherwise, I'll just have to have a quick peek into Google. Okay. So in VB, what happens is when you make a block, this is called a block. Okay. As we have seen, select case is a block. Okay. And at the end of it, okay, I have to say, here I am done, and select. Similarly, if is a block, and at the end you have to say end if. Okay. For is a block, and it ends with for next. Okay. While is a block, and it ends with most probably the wend. Okay. So if it is not, then it is end do while or something. Okay. Let me just. Okay. It is happy to say it loop. Okay. Loop. Now, if you see this particular thing, okay, you would find that if you see this particular thing, you would find the value of j is not increasing. As the value of j is not increasing, there is no way that I can increase the value of j to 20 because the value of j initialized from 0 because all the VB integers initialize from 0. So in order to make this happen, okay, I have to use a little bit of algebra. J is equal to j plus 1. Okay, do you know what computer science is all about? Programming. Okay, it is the magic of algebra. Were algebra not invented, okay, computer were not a possible dream. Okay, everything that we are doing is in algebra. Computation is an advanced algebra. It's nothing. Okay, so I'm using an algebraical expression over here. Here it is, which is called j is equal to j plus 1. Okay, and now we would see. I would like to have, okay, no, I don't like to have anything right now. The stage set. Okay. It is angry with me. It says, what the heck do you want? You are a lousy person. Okay. What you have done is, you have instead of J, you have written I. Okay. Here. And here. Now I would show you. So let's see, let's delete this thing. Okay. Hope it doesn't puncture me. It punches me again. What is that you want? Okay. Now it says, is Ali, what are you trying to do? You are trying to say j is equal to 0 and j is cell 0, 1. Do you have any cell which is called 0 on your screen? You should not do this. Okay. Now, because there is no cell 0, okay, so that's the reason why this is not running. Now, let's run it again, Ali. Okay, this ran for me. What did you do? Come on. The column was supposed to be different. Okay. So here we have finally successfully ran a loop. Okay, a for loop and a while loop. I can choose to say over here, I will say K. And I will choose to say K is equal to K is equal to input box enter, please forgive me for the spelling, enter the length, 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 ENT, correct. Enter the length. I will say 40. Okay, you have not seen it. I will say 40, 50. Okay, and oh, where did you go? Oh, it was supposed to be K, no? Fifth. Here you get it. You get it for 50. The value is 50. So now, do you think that the loops are only for integers or numeric? Okay, no, it's not that way. Okay, they are true with string as well. Okay, you would see the example. Okay, in this. Do I have? Okay. I will put the example over here. Okay, because I would like to move to another topic right now, which is array. Okay. Do you want me to take you to the string? Sorry, playing with string with loop. What do you want? Can I move? Can I take another topic, or do you want me to take it to do the string? I have just 3 minutes left officially. I think I should take up the array. Okay, and then I'll take up the string some of the time. Okay, when I have completed my targets. Okay, so array. I'll give a very quick sneak peek into array right now. Oh, come on. I think I would have to do one more basic, then I can jump to developing applications from VBA. And please be on time in the next session. Tomorrow, I would not do the session because at the time of session there is the tech talk, and I will extend the invite to all of you for tech talk. Okay, so do join me in tech talk and understanding what DevOps is. I would be walking through the entire software engineering of DevOps. Okay, and we would be together categorizing the popular softwares of DevOps. Okay, to the stages of DevOps development. We would also discuss how DevOps developed. Okay, what are the goals of DevOps, and how DevOps functions. We will try to take a sneak peek into the mind of DevOps, how DevOps think. Okay, so it would be a very interesting session. I must say that in advance to you. Okay, and very informative too. This session would help you choose what exactly you want to be in a DevOps team. Generally, there is a kind of myth that DevOps are the people who are programmers, and or the admins who are programmers, okay, which is not uh, uh, the entire truth. Okay. The other thing that is very popularly misunderstood is that DevOps is taking away the jobs of the administrators, or they are the programmers who are becoming administrators. Okay, which is again not true. Okay, we would also try to take a look into automation and hardware as code. We'll try to do a lot of things. Okay, and we will discuss the principles. We will not discuss the uh, the softwares. We will discuss the choices of the softwares, because that is going to be a talk. That's not going to be a training. Okay, once this is over, we would someday we would choose to do the trainings in DevOps tools. Okay, that we will do in January sometime. Uh, so after this, there are the next week I'll be doing a training on robotics and the robotic tools, and after that I'll be doing the training on drones, the drones that kill. Okay. Uh, I think we are over with this. Okay. Uh, do you guys want me to continue and explain the arrays to you? It will not take more than 10 minutes for me to explain the array, but entirely depends upon your interest to the subject. If you want me to go ahead and explain the array, okay, I will go ahead and explain the array. There are two parts in array. One is the fixed array, and the other is a dynamic array. This is extremely simple and extremely handy tool in handling data in Excel, uh, because the Excel is a flat file, and it is like an array itself. Okay, so relating to the array and the Excel would be very easy. But I would like to have you guys permission for me to go ahead, because I'm already top of the hour. So if you guys want, I can go ahead. Else, we can discuss that on Wednesday.
Yes, please. If it's only 10 minutes, we can carry on maybe.
Okay, then fine. Okay. So if all the 10 participants are ready, I'll go ahead and explain the array to you. Okay, wonderful. What is an array? Okay, in English, okay, I will say I was running through zoo, okay, and I saw an array of trees on my left hand side. Means a row of trees, okay, on my left hand side. Okay. I would say when I was driving through the college, I saw an array of students standing, which would mean a queue of students standing and filling up their admission form. Okay. So these are the English ways of using array. Okay. So interestingly, okay, computer science has picked up the array. Okay. Computer science has picked up the array, and the data, it's a data type. Okay, like integer is a data type, float is a data type, double is a data type, string is a data type. Okay, similarly array is a data type. I'm just telling you these stories because don't get bombasted by some of the words that computer science uses. Okay, scalar and vector. Okay, so don't get bombarded by this. Scalar is something that has got one literal value. Integer is a scalar quantity. Okay, string is a scalar quantity. Double is a scalar quantity. But when we say vector, so computer science would mean that it is either a collection, okay, or a dictionary, or a dynamic array, or a linked list. Okay, these are the notions that computer science has. Okay. So array, okay, in a typical computer language, okay, you'll find array is a vector, okay, of the same data type. Okay, so this is what they normally say. Uh, so that would mean that it is a collection of the same data type. Means if I say an array of integer, okay, then it would be a set of integers, maybe 5, 6, 7. Okay, so they're the set of integers. So the array is like this. Okay, so if you forget the entire screen, okay, and focus on a column A, okay, what I have highlighted is an array. Means that every array would have a a row or a cell. Okay, and this cell has, if you put some value into this cell, then this cell has got a pointer, and the pointer is 1. Okay, so this is an array. Okay, imagine this is an array. So the pointer is 1. Here I have written 33. Let me very quickly write 55. Okay,